Hey guys, I'm out here at the Panzerfaust Armory range, and I kind of came out here thinking of just shooting some guns, and I kind of had the thought of you know, like if I'm gonna shoot guns, like I need to make a video, which is kind of interesting. Like I never shoot guns now just for fun. Like anytime, if I'm ever like have the opportunity to go to like a range or private land or something where I can shoot, like I wouldn't just go and shoot. Like I can't remember the last time I've just shot a gun just for me, like just to have fun. And that's kind of what I'm doing today. I was trying to think of like a theme, but I mean, I just brought some guns to the range today and I'm just gonna shoot them. Don't really have too big of a plan. Joel's gonna join me. We're gonna shoot, have fun, bring you along, let you know what we think of the guns we shoot. So Joel, would you like to shoot a 38H, a Sauer 38H for the first time? Uh-oh, Malf. Light primer strike. We'll run it through later, see if it fires.
I was thinking it felt like it was empty.
Yeah, there's no last round hold open, but there is a loaded chamber indicator that sticks out of the back to let you know. But it seems like once you figured out where to hold, you were hitting the plate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very smooth. I like it.
Here's the Sauer. It's a 1930. This is kind of like PPK size, where the 38H is like PP size. So it's kind of confusing, but they made a 38H originally. Before the 38H, it was just 38, and then but there's a model 36 that was about this size. That would have been a pretty neat gun, because this is kind of like I pocket carried this thing like for one time just to see what it's like, and it's a nice size. It's a nice compact size. We'll see if it works with this brand of 32. See where I have to hold it. Cool, makes shooting exciting, and you never know if it's actually gonna go off. Cool. Okay. Yeah, gun's clear. I've never shot a Viz 35 before. Have you?
Yeah.
You like them?
I do.
1911-ish?
Yeah. My mom actually likes shooting it too.
Yeah?
Uh-huh. Very controllable. It's got a decent enough weight to it that it's not like too heavy, not too front forward. Really good balance to it, good angle on the grip, and just kind of has all the safety features of a 1911 but in a 9mm.
Yeah, I'd assume it's because it's pretty big, pretty heavy. I bet it really does help to tame that 9mm. Cool. Yeah, I guess I'll shoot it for the first time.
There you go. Today's not your day.
Oh man. Yeah, the rounds are nose diving.
Yeah, maybe because it's flat nosed.
Okay, well the first one chambered. I bet it'll fire, but no telling if it'll actually cycle. Oh, I think it did.
Jam.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get a gun to function today.
Casing.
Yeah, it seemed like a failure to eject or extract. That's a funny looking one. Yeah, it extracted, it just didn't eject all the way. I guess it's ejecting weakly. You'd think with the heavy ammo, because it's 147 grain.
Pull back slightly. There you go.
So I'm finding is I have to aim a little low to hit it, and it jammed on the last one. Is your
go pull mine out for comparison?
Yeah, I know. Is yours reliable?
I'll go pull mine.
All right. Let's see. Cool. So that's what one that works feels like. Yeah. It's good. Yeah, that was nice. That was nice.
So
yeah.
Opinions on your on a VIS?
Yeah, it is. It's like a 9mm 1911, really. Maybe the grips feel a little bit better. The neat thing is like the triangle profile, where it's like the wide end, like the wide side of the profile, and it gets skinny. It gives it a feeling of like it's sticking in there, like it's not coming out of your hand. Don't know a good way of describing it. It just fits. Feels good. Recoil's not bad. Yeah, it's nice. As long as it works, it's nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was doing. Your gun didn't have any problem with this ammo. I wonder if mine's the mag. A little rattly, kind of that 1911 rattle shake to it. I'll get it nice and close to the camera when I shoot it this time. Let's see. Well, looky there.
Empty or?
Yeah, it's empty. Yeah, it actually shot 5. I mean, the initial sort of malfunction loading it. Maybe it needs a new spring, new mainspring, recoil spring. But it's those 5 worked. I need a break-in. I've never shot it before, so I don't know how long it's been. Is that a thing? P12O. Now, this gun has a reputation for not being reliable. I don't know if it's just all Steyr Hahns or just specifically the P12O with the 9mm conversion and with the flat nose 9mm. I don't know if that's gonna complicate things further, but
I was about ready to say, anytime you do a conversion, put a gun or any item in a situation it's not supposed to be, typically you'll run into some quirks.
Yeah. So we'll see how this thing works. I don't even know if these clips are original or some type of reproduction, but the clips, so if you want clips for your Mauser C96, you can get these little Steyr Hahn 8-round clips. It's only 8 instead of 10, but it worked with my C96, so there you go. Let's see how this loads in here. Oh geez, as soon as I started pushing that in there, it like let go and bound up. I just put the safety on it. That'll hold the slide back. All right. Hey, that was actually pretty smooth. That wasn't too bad. All right, I'll deact the safety.
So far, so good.
Yeah. See what happens. Well, looky there.
Right on target.
Okay. Oh. Nice little stovepipe. That's like the quintessential stovepipe. Do some one hand. This is the one I thought would jam. And it did have a stovepipe, but kind of was more reliable than my other ones today. Jeez.
So far, so good.
the stovepipe again.
Yep.
I think that was like on the same round too.
No, that's the last one.
Oh, okay. Last one instead of second to last.
I was thinking it felt like the last round. That's why I pulled it up, but very smooth. It does seem to have a lot of weight on the recoil. Not like a firing recoil, but that slide coming back is just heavy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Firing.
It's not a sharp recoil, but it feels chunky or something. Like you could feel it moving. It's an odd sensation.
Yeah. When I fired the MP40, it seems weird, but when the bolt comes back, that seems about the same kind of comparison I would have to this. It's just that weight of it coming back. It's not necessarily the recoil, it's just that heaviness sliding back. I don't know. It's just a weird feeling. You got to shoot one and then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's weird. It feels like it's working slow, but
there you
we
go.
were both really accurate.
It's almost delayed.
Yeah, very delayed recoil feeling.
Mm-hmm.
We both nailed that plate pretty easily with that. All the other guns were kind of hit or miss with, but that one, I think you hit like every one with that.
I think, but
yeah,
some of the others, there's like a break-in period where you just adjust up, adjust over, but no, that one seemed right on from the start.
Yeah, surprising. I found this at KCI, the KCI show. Pawn shop got it. Who knows where they got it from, but okay, so this one was actually made during World War I by the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and then after the war it went to the police in Austria, so it's got a 1930 Austrian stamp on it as well, but then it went to the Germans, so there's some German markings on it. So after the German Anschluss of Austria, they took this, they chambered them in 9mm. I think they did 10,000 of them. So they're not super common, these 9mm Steyr Hahns. The Germans called it the P12O, but the O's got the 2 dots over it, so whatever that's called. But it's a neat pistol. I wonder if just the regular, whatever chambering Steyr Hahns feel this good and are that accurate. Is it G43 time?
It's whatever time you want.
All right.
You came out here to have fun.
Yeah. See, is the whole gun in shot here? I can't even tell with the sun. All right, I hope it is here. 70s era Romanian surplus. Is the whole thing in? Yep.
You're good.
Yes, 1970s Romanian steel case surplus. Supposedly this is about the only surplus that you can shoot in G43, G41s. You need the steel case because you need the support, like the stronger case than a lot of like Yugo stuff. And this stuff is really accurate. There's a guy, I forgot his name, but he won a lot of like Milsurp competitions, like accuracy wise, shooting 70s era Romanian surplus out of his G43. He beat, M1 Garens and all that stuff. So this rifle has the shooter's kit in it, Abfelter's shooter's kit. So we'll see how it's adjusted, how it came to me. So yeah, felt very smooth. Didn't even feel like anything chambered. All right, I'm just gonna shoot the dirt. It's a lot louder than a pistol. It's funny, it locked back.
The jam happens on this, and this has been kind of a common thing. The dust cover here will pull back incorrectly and go too far and jam the rifle.
You know what, that's right. I forgot. I have an automatic dust cover on here, and one of the tabs are broken off of it. And I had it on the gun just for display, and I put it back on it and I forgot and left it. So yeah, that's it, which is neat because the Germans, I forgot, like mid 44 or something like that, they issued a recall of these automatic dust covers, and they had them all replaced with the manual types, because the automatic ones, when they're broken like this, they'll jam up your gun. And it's jammed in there too. Like this isn't we're gonna have to hit this with some percussive maintenance. And I'm trying to hit it where I don't hit this thing.
I think think you would go forward at this point. I think it'd be far enough back that I've had that happen to me once before, and so I've always just taken my dust covers off. That, and I've had stories of people that it broke enough and caught on, when it came back, and shot that piece into their head or hat or whatever the case may be. There you go. It's going.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
I did a reenactment one time, and someone had their MP40. It was a B-Fong, and they took it. They were running up on a position, and it stopped. It didn't fire that first round. And as we're advancing around, next thing I do, because there's only like 3 of us, I look over, and he's down on the ground and has his gun apart all there, and we're kind of in a swampy area. I'm looking at him like,
yeah,
dude, what in the world are you doing? At least get over to the road or something. It's not like we're actually in combat.
Jeez.
But yeah.
What did something fall out of his gun, or did
No, he just never. He didn't maintain his guns a lot, or whatever the case may be. And yeah, it's just one of those. He got something jammed in it, and yeah. Regardless, made for an interesting assault.
Can't remember which mag I was using, so one has 9 and one has 10 now. Yeah, it's interesting. It doesn't feel like it's got a lot of like force behind it when you chamber around with this. There we go. So it cycles. Yeah, the action is too fast to tell. It seems a little bit reduced than like a standard overgassed one, with, you know, the shooter's kit in it. Feels good. Want to put a round through it?
Yeah, I've always loved these rifles. Very smooth action.
Yeah, they're neat. You have to baby them. These are like what's I'm not like a car guy or sports car guy or anything, but what's like a sports car that just break, like they're neat and they're sought after, but they break a lot.
I don't know.
That's like what this thing is. There's like an industry of spare parts based around this gun because shit breaks in it, and then you need new parts, and they're expensive.
G41 had even more parts that went down. That's why they simplified to this, but even then it wasn't refined down to what it should have been.
Yeah. How did that feel in your shoulder with the
I'm used to shooting beaters, so it's not too bad, but yeah, I could feel the difference.
Yeah.
So a little more pressure in certain areas, but overall not too bad.
Yeah, so this gun's a little troubled. So first off, the top of the Duraful handguard here cracked on it. The action cover, or the dust cover that goes on the action cover, broke, and that's what jammed and we had to take off. And just like a couple days ago, just from putting this thing on the ground, the little trap door on the buttstock broke off. So like these guns are just, they're darlings. They're fragile little darlings. You know, you'd think like a mainline battle rifle and stuff would be a lot tougher than this, but there's a lot of these little components on this gun that'll break off. Yeah, like the dust cover can break and fall off, you don't need it, and this can fall off, you don't need it, the gun still works. So I guess where it's important, it's still, you know, it's still there, but just something people don't think of when you get into these. You know, they can have issues, and they're expensive. So that was a lot of jamming guns. It was a lot more. That's a thing with, like, you know, Milsurps. You never really know like what you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if it's going to be reliable or not. You know, especially with old semi-autos. There can be a whole plethora of reasons why or why not, you know, the one that you bought will shoot.
That's why when you said you carried this one in your pocket or whatnot,
Yeah.
or carried it for a day. Whenever I hear someone say that, oh, well, I just use my fill in the blank as my concealed carry, this is exactly why I recommend that no, go with something more modern, go with something more reliable, because the parts are old.
Yeah.
Spring will break, a part will turn in there sideways and jam, a firing pin will get too short, you'll have light primer strikes,
Yep.
etc.
Mm-hmm.
And so, as much as I love to shoot these things, I wouldn't carry it in a I need to defend myself situation.
Yeah. I did it just as like, as an experiment, just sort of like, what did it feel like? Because that was like a pocket pistol of the day, and it's heavy and chunky compared to today's guns. I wouldn't do it. Yeah, I wouldn't bet my life on 32 ACP.
One thing I found funny about this is just look at the back profile. I mean, how round this is. It's just like they stuck a receiver tube on it and like a small stem, and just threw on top of a pistol frame.
Yeah.
As opposed to the more narrow sleek. So yeah, a lot more weight, a lot more bulk, but overall a little bit smaller package. But this is heavier.
Yeah, it's a dense little pistol. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, probably you shouldn't be, unless it's like a modern thing. Like I know a lot of people that conceal carry like Makarovs and stuff like that, and maybe some of that more modern post-war stuff you can conceal carry, but I wouldn't recommend it necessarily.
Yeah.
I have the boring Glock 19 that I conceal carry for self-defense, but it's neat to change it up every now and then, maybe if your life isn't on the line, to conceal carry something old, just to get a feel for it. Like I like carrying rifles around, like in the field or whatever. Like when I lived in Florida and I was out in the wilderness, like I would carry a rifle around all the time. I liked hiking in Utah with the K31. That was fun. Yep. So I like getting it out there and using it because it gives you a good sense of what it was like with a rifle, or as far as like concealed carrying, like a pistol. But maybe not something you'd want to bet your life on.
Yeah, here I keep hunting rounds for most every one of my rifles, my surplus rifles. So come deer season, I just kind of go like this, reach in the safe. Oh, hunting with the Grand this year, or hunting with K31. Yeah. I mean, I've hunted with most every major power. I mean, except for an Arasaka, I think I've hunted with all the other major power semi and bolt actions.
Yeah, I've killed a lot of hogs with my M1 Garand in Florida. That was a good gun for hogs. Yeah, it's fun. Killed snake and some stuff with my K98K. Not a whole lot with the K98Ks. The M1 was a gun I tended to gravitate towards. That was my first Milsurp. Yeah. So the M1. So that's fun. But yeah, I guess this is just sort of a fun, not serious video. You guys let us know what you think. We would not be shooting here for you guys to watch if it was not for Joel of Panzerfaust Armory. We cannot link to any of his stuff, but you could Google certain things and you could find places online. So I'd recommend doing that.
Hey, always a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks so much, man, for letting us shoot, and thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.